9. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
You know, race fans, technically, we're not done with the month of May yet, so I think it's only fitting we finish it out here with one last big hurrah at the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Yes, the Indy 500's already done and over with, but that doesn't mean we can't have a little fun of our own now, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, GOAT Racing League 7,500 Truck Series here to the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And what could be a very hard-throwing, hard-driving kind of situation. It's about to go down here in Indianapolis. Hi, going on? I'm the Crusader Christian Show, joining you guys here. Yeah, great to hear you guys back in the booth here, back on the top side here as I got out of the car. Nevertheless, here I'm ready to have you all on board, and it's time to take a look at our starting lineup for the action today. On the pole, the number 19, it'll be Tyler Dahl on the outside, the number 5, Chad Coleman. Run number 2 and the 4 is Glenn Kimball, the outside, the number 6, Mike Kelly. Run number 3 is going to be Tommy Ryan, the 99, the outside. In the 41, EJ O'Rourke. Run number 4, Steve Ritter in the 87, the outside, and the 24 is Cody Sturgill. Run number 5, Doy Woods, the 28, the outside, and the number 7, Scott Simley. Run number 6 is Ryan D. Cook in the 10, the outside, and the 43 is Samuel Horrell. Row number 7 is going to be Alan the Wild Man Wild in the 75, the outside. In the Big 12, Aaron Action Jackson. Row number 8 in the number 8, Maurice Burnett, the outside, and the 11 is Ron Holyfield. Row number 9, Jeff Ryan, 35, the outside, and the 30, Brian V. Macklin. Row number 10, the 23, Charles Van Schaik with the outside, and the 97 is Jeff Ramsdell. Row number 11 is Dakota Kramer, the 42, the outside, and the 02, Shannon Wood. Your final starter today in the 96, Jerry Livingston. You've got a field of drivers locked and loaded with this today, race fans. It is a wild fight out, scratch and claw, survival at its finest kind of racing ordeal. This should be interesting as they're about to head up down onto the track. 2.5 miles in length, rectangular oval in nature. It is the famed track known as the Brickyard. And it is about to feel 550 horsepower pieces of equipment going at it in such a raw, cunning display of drafting, performance, and control. Not a whole lot of clean-cut corners here. It's all about how you hit the turn and defend towards those straightaways. This will be very, very difficult to master and very hard to control for many of these drivers, and they know it too. Well, for the last time in the month of May, ladies and gentlemen, Indianapolis is on the show and on your screen. This is their final race virtually for us, in our case anyway. This will be their big battle off as we're going to send them on down after turn number 4. Everybody lined up and looking for the immediate green flag start. Pace truck coming off of turn 4 to the front straightaway. Tyler Dalton leading them, ready to go. Ready to fire them on down. Stage number 1 commences right now. Here we go. 10 laps in stage 1. Well, no surprise, Dalton got the whole shot out of the line. Coleman Fang right behind him, though, trying to stick to the draft. Every driver now looking to draft off of one another here, trying to settle themselves back down a few pegs here. Back down around on the back straightaway here. Every driver now just trying to find the little leg up they can. Into the inside goes Steve Ritter, the 87, sending Cody Stewart on 24 up a little bit, forcing the tire wear to burn off quickly. Trying to square up the Pella 87. Scott Sibley too, the Mobile 1 number 7 machine, not far off behind either. The Toyota Tundra right now going to give a little bump and a boost to Ritter. Tagged it pretty good there, but now he's got to watch that corner entry into the entry turn number 1. Controlled it. Very good control of the truck, very good control of the steering there, making sure that they don't get too aggressive or too out-length and outflanked. Passing here, though, man, it's going to be absolutely tremendously difficult. If you thought any of the other tracks we've been to were hard enough to pass at, I think you guys may need a refresher on where we're at, with what kind of truck we're with, and how hard it is just to make passes here in the first place. This is, again, 2.5 miles in length, flat banking, with a track that really works more towards Indy cars, and that requires a lot of power and speed to really perform a good slingshot. And here you got a set of drivers, conservative in nature, controlling their speed, but power hungry at the same time, having to try to figure out how to push a 550 horsepower package as hard as it possibly can go, while at the same time fighting off dirty air and fighting dirty currents, while also then fighting a one groove racetrack. Yeah, I don't really know what to tell you guys there. All I can say is, it's either going to be a really fun show, or this could be a very chaotic show. Either way, I'm here to see it, and you are here. So, thanks for tuning in. Let's see what happens. Well, bump drafting wise, though, at least it's working out well. Brian V. Backlund giving a little bit of then some to Ron Holyfield in the 11. The Mac Attack showing his speed, his cunning instincts. He's already jumping her right up ahead and starting to make some moves, but again, he's nowhere near the front. He's got about a second and 2/10 away from Ryan D. Cook and Aaron X. Jackson right now, as those two now go head to head. Everybody's still kind of clambering away out on the front end of the pack here. Doy Woods, the number 28, Furniture Road, Denver's Mattress. Toyota Tundra right now having a little bit of a go with Samuel around the 43. Samuel going one spot up, Doy falling one down, Simley up one. Currently the hard Chargers, well, the guy I just talked about a bit ago, Brian Macklin. And that's really just because of the fact he's just been pushing the heck out of these drivers a little bit. You're on boy with Dory Woods. Yeah, the one thing I'm really interested too is just with the dictating of the pace here, does that kind of fall more towards Tyler Dalton, the Reign of Terror, as we've nicknamed him? Is that going to fall where he wants it to in this case? Can he find a way to not only strategize perfectly, but also keep his draft, keep his speed, keep everybody on their tail? Looks like he's already kind of getting an idea of it. He's blocking Coleman down there, and he doesn't want him to draft up on him. And honestly, Coleman getting a lot of help too from Mike Kelly, the number 6. Kelly bringing out the Tundra here, Coleman in the F-150, and then the Silverado there from Dalton. So all 3 manufacturers represented in the top 3 right now. And a lot of speed just to power off, just trying to dial it in between the crack here. Every driver knows for sure they cannot let up. They have to stay focused on their timing and focused on their drives. You just have the dud though, especially when you're getting further along here. Tommy Ryan right now laying back there with Glenn Campbell here. Ryan again, a winner of the season already. He certainly has not left anything on the table here, and he certainly is not trying to today. But I would feel like more than anything, his pressure is going to be lying in where can he get the control of a truck and control of the speed. So far from our playoff point standing here, Dalton currently tied with Macklin for 4 wins apiece. Dalton, though, I guarantee you would probably love nothing more than to chase that if he can. Other winners include Kyle Tani, Coleman, Scheidt, Gonzalez, and Tommy Ryan, EJ O'Rourke, who both actually have 2 wins today. So they've already pretty much got a pretty good set position on where they want to be at in terms of trying to win out points-wise to get into the championship run. But as Dalton's even mentioned before, like the points could make the difference between getting into the next round or eliminated from the next round. So that's why drivers drive extremely aggressively here. EJ O'Rourke, the first to go into pit road. Very early there for the 41. I'm kind of surprised he went in as early as he did here. Maybe he's seeing something out there we're not. Well, one thing we are seeing right now, though, is Jeff Ramsdale starting to climb back through the pack. The 97 DuPont machine looking to get a little automotive finishes up on these drivers as he clears the 12 of Jackson. And Charles Van Schaik not far behind either. Meanwhile, back up front of the pack here, Jeff Ryan. Pretty much kind of the guy, in my opinion, that's fallen victim to just the Tommy Ryan syndrome. He's had speed, he's had power, but unlike Tommy, he's not been able to find a way to get that machine into the top spot and into victory lane. Could be due to a lack of things, a lot of stuff on his end and his plate. But again, for Jeff, I feel like more and less than anything, it's just lack of control on where he's feeling the truck is and where he needs to be. And that, in my opinion, is where you should not be mentally. You need to be very focused. You need to be very tenacious and tough as they come to try to take every driver down a few pegs. Guys like Dakota Kramer, they know that all too well here. Despite not winning a race this season here in the Truck Series, Kramer has still definitely been one of, if not the toughest drivers to try to fight it out with and see like what they can come up with. Meanwhile, up to the front here, yet again, crossovers. You know what's coming next. Battle-offs. Kelly and Campbell, they're teammates right now, but they're not exactly running like teammates. They don't want nothing to do with each other. They only want what's best for them, and that's get higher position up. A little higher footing, a little bit more higher stands down there when you can. Train service 6 and 4 right now. Currently getting a lot of tagging and bagging there from Tommy Ryan, but Tommy Ryan made a big mistake there. Watch as you saw, he got onto the ripple effects there of the corner. That slowed the truck down a lot as he's tightening it up badly. He knows now he is struggling to keep this thing on the groove and on the track he wants it to. At the 87 looking to capitalize. Keith Ritter looking for the corner off here. He's going to dive it in. Looking for it. Nope, had to back down. Not sure if he was thinking maybe that Tommy was going to drive a little bit harder than he was, or maybe he's going to get a chance at him. Either way, it did not quite work out. Final lap coming up, though, of stage number 1, Tyler Dalton. A brilliant showing from him will lead him in to stage victory. Stage number 1 belongs to Tyler Dalton. You know, credit where credit's due to there to Tyler Dalton, man. He had a good run out of the gate. He stayed focused, and he did not really let up. Kept stage points in mind and just drove it on from there. You can't really deny that, guys. I mean, there's not much you can really deny when you got a trans service guy like the 19 just piling through this field. But again, Chad Coleman was hanging in there in terms of speed. And remember, we have a long run still to go, so we don't know if Dalton can fully hang on that time. We've seen him do it before, but he's got a lot of work to do here. Lap 25 will be our next stage break here, race fans. So the field right now just going to get squared off now and just figure out their pit strategy. Brian Spence coming on board, says, let's go Sammy down there. Brian, great to hear from you again, sir. So right now, drivers just currently contemplating their pit stops, their positioning here, very critical motion and procedures here, of course, to follow. Looks like Samuel Horrell deciding to stay a little bit lower there, doesn't want to quite go in the normal pit stop route. So everybody else, though, they will hammer their way down into the pit lane. So EJ O'Rourke there, you may have remembered early on, deciding to get into pit road early. Strategizing above all else here, settling himself down. Tyler Dalton laid out at pit road. Coleman taking control. Tommy Ryan and them also coming in. So now, honestly, Tyler Dalton's going to find himself in a very tough little spot here if he wants to try to maneuver through lap traffic. Coleman, Ryan, Simley, Woods, Macklin, Dalton, Kelly, Campbell, Ritter, and Livingston. Your top 10 out of pit road. Interesting to see Livingston go up 12 spots there. Automatic just kind of setting himself down there. Right now, everybody going to get dialed back up a bit here. It's going to be very interesting strategies here being used up. Again, these drivers, they know what they're at and we know what they're going to have to be set on the footing here, but I mean, honestly, right now, if I'm guys like EJ Orwork here, my first thought is, like, how do I block and how do I keep these guys away from taking control of this race with literally stage 25, or lap 25, excuse me, being my go-to here? I don't know. I think it's going to be a very tough little deal. I think really that's going to force these drivers into a very, very tall order here. Strategy is key and positioning is optimal here. Indianapolis, we've known this very, very long ago. So, pressure on here. We're going to see what these drivers can bring to the table and kind of fire on down off the circuit here. Alright, here we go now. We'll set them down on the front straightaway here. Back towards our green flag restart zone. The 7500 restart area has now commenced. We are now letting them roll off. EJ O'Rourke looking, set the tone, set the pace. Stage 2 begins. Well, you kind of knew he was going to have company right away. Tommy Ryan almost immediately found a gap and found an opening, but O'Rourke closing that real quick. Can't say that I blame him there. O'Rourke, though, now down on the outside, left side, trying to block Ryan from getting any run here. Meanwhile, back behind, well, really wasn't any surprise what this guy was going to do. The reign of terror right now, though, he's got some company. He's going to fight with a guy that currently is tied with him in the most wins category. Brian B. Macklin holding it down. Trying to stabilize each other up a little bit, though. Macklin, oh no, hold on, nice save. Oh my. 3 wide down onto that front straightaway here. Now 4 wide down that front straightaway, leading to turn number 1. Still 3 wide entering in turn 1. How do you hold on to that? Samuel Harrell says, don't mind if I do. I'll just hold on to the bottom. You guys can go figure this out for yourselves. Beautiful move by Samuel and a huge corner off. A troublesome mistake, though, from Macklin, getting clipped up from the back and sends him on his way down. Oh, my. There are just some things you really cannot teach in motorsports. One is how to save a truck going about 180 to 190 miles per hour. The other is literally how the heck do you try to have a save with a track that gives you, like, no banking down there. That's impressive. O'Rourke yet again on the defensive. As you can see again, look at this. He's crossing every part of this track. He doesn't want Ryan to deal with right now. He doesn't want anything to do with him. But Ryan knows if he's just patient, he'll wait his turn, he'll catch it through. And Dalton already making a monkey out of me. He's already passed pretty much everybody and anyone for that matter. The rest of the field moving their way back in. Clint Campbell now starting to drive up a little bit. Sammy Harrell's trapped in a battle between him and Scott Simley there, coming down the back straightaway. Every corner, every turner, these drivers are going to be facing one another at just such great velocity and great speeds. I truly wonder if they were going to be able to even hang on to that kind of deal and then hang on to that kind of momentum. Clint Campbell sneaked his way on the inside, found a way around Simley. Now everybody else battling back through it. Well, I can't say what Cody Sturgill's little thing in the back says there, but I'll give you a hint. It's Johnny Cash basically kind of doing a very famous symbol he did in one of his concerts. I'll just say that. But that's definitely Cody Sturgill's mindset sometimes. Put him in the back and just flip him the bird. Sturgill right now currently just trying to drive off, trying to figure his way around, trying to get some Johnny Walker 24 machine up to the lead. But again, not even in the top 10 yet. He's fighting hard just to try to make a round. Look at how close these drivers are too, just how packed up they are and how they're trying to get through every turn, every corner. Again, this is a duration and a battle of endurance. This is what we call the long run, the long road, the where you have to literally figure every little detail, every little corner, and just hope you can finally find some kind of little peaceful end and a little turn off for them. But it's so difficult just to even get anything to work right, let alone to get it to properly control where you want it to be. And I think that's exactly what these drivers are trying to face up against. They're trying to get any kind of clean air, bumper to the bumper, to push ahead, and then also trying to find where is the proper corner to get them up to the outside so then you can go for the pass on the inside. If you can throw them on the outside, you've got to run on the inside. And because it's a single groove track, you can probably guess why they want to go to the inside. Although this could get a little interesting. Three truck tandem entering in. And they come out clean. Can they hit the exit right? That's a tough exit. Turn number one's been able to bite a lot of drivers more often than not. Of course, there's the famous bench in turn number 4, where then it would be literally one of the biggest heartbreakers that one of these IndyCar drivers ever faced in Indy 500. Who's to say that could not happen here sometimes? We don't know. We can only speculate and just see what happens from there. Tyler Dalton actually has moved into the race lead, by the way, and, well, let's just say he's already pretty much put these guys behind quite a bit, so yeah. I don't even know what to say to you guys. I really don't. I mean, what else am I supposed to say about this guy? I really have nothing. He just cornered the entire field. He found a way around EJ Allwork, and he found a way just to get everybody else. Sammy Morello actually moving to the top 5 right now, which is pretty darn impressive because I thought he was stuck there in the top 8 for a minute, but there's so much battling going on in the back, I didn't even see what was going on. Caution is out on the track, by the way. I believe that is the end of stage number 2, because I'm not seeing any debris, and I'm not seeing any stances on that. I thought we were going to 25, but it looks like they are going to cut that a little short, so no wonder why Dalton pretty much just ran the gauntlet there. So, stage winner. Second stage. And right now, if anybody's in the driver's seat to win this all, it probably is that guy right there. Mike Kelly got to be just trying to figure it out in the back of his head, like, what the heck do I have to do just to even take this guy down? Like, do I have to just pretty much put a bumper to him or something? Do I have to, like, catch him on a start and just make sure I get him as loose as I can? Like, what do I have to do to even survive? I think a better question is like, instead of trying to think about how to survive, it's just how do you just kind of stay relatively in your own position, your own spot? Is it possible to? Is it able to be done? Can you theoretically control it? Or has the gaps and everything become too much? Has it become too hardening and too difficult to figure out? It's hard to say. From pit road, we are seeing Ulrich, Woods, Coleman, Simley, Woods, Shannon Woods, excuse me, and then Brian V. Macklin All in pit road, the rest staying out. Very interesting strategies here from these drivers. Again, knowing that they have a lot on their plate and a lot on their mind. That was not us, by the way. That was Mike Kelly there that blinked himself out. The track has now put these drivers to their limits and to their positions. This is their golden opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. They will linger their way back on around to the front straightaway. From here on out, it's all about timing. Dalton looking to set the field up and set himself up for greatness out of the gate. Fire back down. Here we go. Final stage commence. Oh, look out down there. We've got problems. We've got a huge problem on the front straightaway. 7 or 8 drivers traveled onto the front stretch here. Massive wreck ensuing on the front. Oh, my goodness. Charles Van Schaik, you saw him literally just going airborne there for a minute. The 23 Roush Fenway Fast Lane SpongeBob SquarePants scheme has just been completely demolished. The truck is destroyed. Oh my word, what the heck happened at the start? Looked like Jeff Ryan just completely tapped Jeff Ramsdale. See 4, 5, now 6, 7, and it's about 7. Van Schaik had no control over that. EJ O'Rourke getting involved in there too, and seeing Doy Woods also in that mix. Oh my goodness. What a nightmare. Yeah, Jeff Ryan just took it right on the 97. Again, there was nowhere he can go in a wild collision. I've seen pileups on the front straightaway where all the drivers got tangled up in there, but I've never seen a truck literally go upside down like that on that area. Very, very, very scary sight to believe there and behold there, fans. That was not a sight Charles wanted to see. Oh, the whole front end almost just took the tower with him. I've never seen that happen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, for credit as credit's due, Charles still has the truck out on the track. And I'm thinking he probably wants to try to get as many laps as he can ahead of everybody else and then park it down there and get it fixed. But that one definitely set everybody's strategies out the window if I ever saw one. Oh my goodness, what a nasty, nasty collision. I mean, you can say what you want about how these drivers race. You can say what you want about how situations like this happen, but I think it's pretty clear, pretty point obvious that, unfortunately, there are some things you cannot change. And one of them, unfortunately, is the distinguished issue that is just trying to hang on, trying to fight out all those restarts. And knowing how close and how tough it would be, sometimes it even just gets the better of any driver out there, really. So, Harrell, Cook, Kramer, Burnett, Gamble, Coleman, Simley, Woods, Wood, and Macklin, top 10. Drivers out of the race from that nasty little situation. Charles Van Schaik, E.J. O'Rourke, Alan Wild, Aaron Jackson, and Jeff Ramsdell. All, unfortunately, look to be out of this race. Well, we're going to go one more lap around, and, excuse me, actually, not. We do have the lights turned off on the pace truck. So we're nearly halfway done with this race here, but now the pressure's on to see which driver can remain calm, cool, and collective in their time of need. Pressure starting to fill the drivers' minds. The frustration factor probably setting in for some others. Expecting this one to go green flag all the way through and then all of a sudden to just completely get derailed. It's a hard pill to swallow, but unfortunately these drivers knew the risk. They knew what they were getting themselves into going into the event. Timing is extremely crucial here. Momentum will be very, very particular as well. What do the drivers do? We're about to find out. Lining back down on the front straightaway here. Pace truck coming off this time on by. And what on earth? Tommy Ryan down there. A little bit of a situation looks like with Ron Holyfield in the 11. They'll get him going though. They're going to go green. Green flag is out. No smoke, but definitely some 3-wide action. Can that hold, I wonder? Mike Kelly certainly was not leaving anything on the table there. Racked and stacked up right now down onto the front straight, onto the back straightaway. Samuel Harrell currently your race leader, and I'm not going to say nothing too serious about Samuel until we get to the end. Because every time I start talking good about him or trying to see if he can finally do it, I always jinx him. Macklin almost getting a little clip there from the 42 Kramer. Simley down on the inside. 3-wide salute. Could it go 4? Kelly thought of it, but he's got blocked the 19. They'll back him down, entering in turn number 1. Oh no, that's trouble, and we got one around in turn number 1. Steve Ritter, the 87 with problems there, entering turn number 1, and the L87 yet again finds himself on the receiving end of somebody else's situation, and we'll see what happened here, but it looked like he could not quite get that truck to stabilize back down a few pegs. And, well, that's a familiar sight, isn't it? Jeff Ryan right now, currently the recipient of giving 2 cautions out here. He got into Ramsdell, started that chain reaction on the start. Now catches the 87 with Steve Ritter there. Again, I know it is extremely hard to pass, though. So just kind of warning in the back of your mind. These knows it's the right move to do. I think a Ritter's Mite's probably a little bit more annoyed that he got hit as it was for the first place. Sammy Rowe right now is on fuel saving mode at this point. Probably just trying to keep himself somewhat regulated and hoping and praying this race can get him a little bit of luck and a little bit of love. But he has still got a halfway to go before really we even can figure that out. So the field now currently just pressuring up a little bit more. And again, these restarts, the more they keep doing them, the harder it is going to become just to even try to make amends or make abuse with what they got. So right now, Harrell, Cook, Coleman, Burnett, Woods, your top five. Everybody else right now just quietly and probably quickly just dictating the pace and controlling their own emotions here. Probably hoping more than anything for another late caution to give themselves more fuel to use. But that still comes with pressure, it still comes with issues, so they know they cannot be making that same mistake. We're going to lead it back around now. We are doubling up, ladies and gentlemen. Which means only one thing is necessary. It's time to line them down to the start. Gotta bring them around off turn number 3 here and double them up. Race fans. out of the lead. The momentum is going to be very, very crucial here. Let's wind them back down a few pegs here and fire them off down to the front straightaway here. Rally them up and set them back to the green flag. The 7500 restart zone gives them to it. Green flag's out. Harrell looking to lead it. Oh, not again! Not again! Tommy Ryan's in this one on the front straightaway. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Ron Holyfield completely jabbed in there. Everybody else evasive action right now, just trying to get ahead. Tommy's day, though, all but done. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, goodness. What on earth happened in this one? We're going to go look at the replay. Looks like he got slowed up, and he tried to corner off there from the 11. It ran out of time, basically. Taking one more look at it here. To me, it looked like when he came off the line, he saw it was slowing up, so he didn't want to slow up, so he thought maybe there's an opening because his family member, Jeff, was there. Right here, as you can see, he thought there was a chance, and then just caught Holyfield, and Holyfield had nothing he could do about it. We'll go on board with the 11 here. Honestly, I'm pretty interested to see just kind of what he saw when it point of impact happened. Just really jumped right in front of him. I mean, there's not much he can do about it. They can see the damage that Ryan suffered as well, and yeah, that's pretty much all you can do. Holyfield's going to be doing everything he can to get that damage fixed up on the 11, but it's going to be very hard to get around now. Ryan's day is over and done with, and we're losing drivers left and right now. James Skinner says, Talking Giants versus the world. He's back with us, ladies and gentlemen. Nicholas Peak says, tough night for Team Wild. I'm presuming he's saying for Team Wild Racing here. Yeah, I mean, all around, whoever's team and whoever is working with whoever there, I would not want to be any of those drivers that have been smashed and dabbled into those bad spots here. They certainly have felt the pressure they did not need to be feeling, nor do they want to deal with here. So, right now, currently, past halfway, 24, 23 laps will remain when we get back to the green. Pit stops, right now, it's really a matter of choice, a matter of design. Whether or not you think it's a good time or a good place to do it, it's all on, and then they're dedicated up onto them. Really, the only thing they can do at this point is just pretty much kind of focus in and kind of focus down on where and when is the control to hit their position, hit their speeds, and hope for the best. Lights are off on the pace truck. 24 laps left to go. Sam and Rel probably at this point just thinking, if these guys keep doing this, I could last this out for a while. I'd be alright. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea there, Sammy, but unfortunately, you still do know that you got drivers behind you that would love nothing more than to catch you here. So who knows how aggressive they'll get if they come for you. We've lost a lot of drivers so far, and honestly, if they don't get these restarts figured out, they may lose a lot more. The first bad collision, we lost 4 of them. The next one, we lost 2 of them. Ritter is still out there. It's Mike Collins in the one in between the caution of the 3 cautions we've had up to this point. So we've had more cautions from that than we have had in the stage breaks, unfortunately. And it's now put us into this position. Can we get this figured out now? It's a long, long road to the top. Let's find out. Green flag back on out. Harrell looking to try to finally get her done. Got it through the first part. Now comes the tough part. And tough it is. Dalton getting trapped up there a little bit. Maurice Burnett driving a little harder on him. Now he'll deal with Jeff Ryan on the inside. Ryan has been in some pretty bad predicaments so far today. Will he find himself in another one? He's going to go head-to-head with Tyler Dalton one way or another, though. Mike Kelly now working with him a little bit. Now look up to the front, battle for the race lead. Harrell opened the door up. And Coleman using his advantage. And just in time, too. Caution's out. Cody Sturgill has got a problem. And it's another massive problem yet again. Man, I gotta believe at this point that frustration factor now is at level 100 for a lot of these drivers. See if we can take a look and see what happened here. Ritter there, looks like, yeah, I think, oh yeah, right there you go. Ritter just really got him hooked there. I think what he was trying to do was trying to steal that line. Sturgill blocked, and again, because there's really not a lot of area to pass at, I mean, there was really no other choice. It was either go around him or go through him. And you can't go around, so what other options do you have? I hate seeing it. I hate being a part of it. And believe me, I'm very biased. I usually will throw a lot of shade to the other driver. But even I admit up front, when I'm in that position, I sometimes have a habit of just doing the same thing, which is just I've got to try to go for that move if I can. If I can't get to it, then I'll back off. But Ritter, unfortunately, considering how close it was, I mean, really it wasn't much of a choice he had there. Samuel right now currently put back a spot. Pit stops now really going to be crucial here. You got to believe tires are going on this time. Glenn Campbell decided to stay on out from pit road wise. Well, anybody's guess if we can get a camera down there. Producers, can we get some camera and lighting there? Thank you. Pit stops are out, and Doy Woods gonna beat them all out. He decides to just take fuel Chad Coleman, Tyler Dalton taking fuel and tires. Right side's only for Coleman. Samuel and everybody below him deciding to go for the optimal all fours and fuel. So for pit road, Doy Woods, Coleman, Tyler Dalton, Mike Kelly, Jerry Livingston, Steve Ritter, Samuel Morrell, Brian Macklin, Scott Sibley, Maurice Burnett, your top 10. For Doy Woods right now, honestly, this is not a bad strategy. I don't disagree with it. I think it could work out if he gets it pushed up right here. Gun Campbell-wise, though, man, I really got to believe in the back of my mind, in the back of his head, he's probably anticipating a strategy call here, and yeah, that's exactly what he's doing there. Jerry Livingston's going to go in there with him. That will move Doy Woods up. Steve Ritter is going to go in there as well. Jeff Ryan, he's going to stay out. What's going in there? Looks like Cody Sturgill going to play some games. Dakota Kramer looks like he wants some damage cleaned up on that machine, and I really don't blame him. Pit lane will now be exiting and closed up for a minute, so 20 laps left to go. Well, right now this field is pretty much inverted. They have collapsed, they have cornered, and now they find themselves in yet another dark horse that they are not going to be able to escape from. They only know one thing, though. They've got to be careful, and they've got to be pressured on for this one. Feel the power and feel the run. Here we go. Green flag is back on out. Doy Woods right now probably just expecting the worst and knows who's behind him, too. Right on the lane. Oh, no, not again, not again. Samuel Morrell, watch out. Jerry Livingston slammed right in between. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me? Oh, no. Oh, man. As if things couldn't go from bad to worse. Oh, my goodness. Samuel Morrell there, man. Give him credit where credit's due for how long he fought, but even at this point, there's no safe place in this race. Looked like Scott Simley there just kind of caught him right in the turn there. Oh, man. Poor Jerry, man. Jerry Livingston just got destroyed on that exchange. Ouch. See if Scott... Yeah, looks like he might have tagged him there. It's hard to really say, unfortunately. Samuel Morrell right now, I guarantee you, is not a happy camper. I don't think any of these guys are at this point. I think they're really just trying to get out of here. This has really become a survival mission now, to be honest with you guys. a survival to the finish mindset, a hope and pray for everything you got kind of style, hard racing, and unfortunately gets folded up, which massive, massive carnage. Motor's blown and heart's broken, honestly, at this point. Well, now really at this point, it's all about just who can hang on at this point. I mean, I really don't know what else to tell you guys. I really just been trying to just kind of venture into these drivers' minds, I always do, and try to see, like, how the heck can you get out of this mess? Can you get into a proper position and just try to make the best of what you got? But I mean, at the same time, what else do you have? Like, you only have so much time. You only have so much of an opportunity to make. If you were saving your tires, saving your fuel, then at that point you pretty much were already lined up and ready to go. The other drivers right now, the only thing they're thinking about is just get to the front, get to the front. And especially if you're stuck in that mid-pack. There's not a lot of area in that playoffs position. Again, these points matter so much to them. They're willing to sacrifice everything. I guess it kind of intertwines with the real world, but a playoff format like this, man, it does things to drivers no one else can really expect. I personally have never had the opportunity to be done with it, and honestly, in some ways, I'm kind of glad I never did, because, man, it would have been, I probably would never had a season championship in anything, honestly. I just couldn't drive like that. These guys, though, I'll give them credit where credit's due and respect where it's deserved. They can do it, but, man, has it just been absolutely hard to watch for this one today. And I know these guys well. I know these drivers so very well. From all the weeks into the year I have broadcasted for them, I know what they can truly bring to the table. It is just sad that this track and this race truly has hurt these guys, in my opinion. Kind of hurt really anything they have going on for them. I think they can truly figure this out and get this final long run in. I believe they can really redeem it, but for what they've been doing in this final stage, man, it's been just take and go. That's the best way I can explain it. "16 laps remain, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, let's just see what happens. Coleman will lead it. Woods on the outside. He's going to have his work cut out for him. Green flag back in the air. Can they hang on? So far, so good. Looking good. Now just a few more corners. Run up. Oh, no, not again! Again! Watch out! Oh, my. Oh. Are you kidding me? Doy Woods just got sent and banished to the Shadow Realm in a violent, violent rollover there on the back straightaway. And I can tell you right now, he is a man of many words. I think he literally got out of this one and knew he was not going to be saying many more words of peace to these guys. Gets slightly loose. Tyler Dalton catches him in the corner. Oh my gosh, watch out. Ouch. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Doy just got completely destroyed there coming out of the turn. Another look at it again. Again, he is driving his wheels off here. Look at how loose this truck is. Just that slight bit. But then Dalton just catches him right in the corner, and then that smashes into the barrier. And then Kramer just pretty much finishing the job for him. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's just a horrible break, to say the least. Yeah, the funny thing too is Kramer literally got a lot of his damage fixed up, and now he's got even more just from that smash there. Well, it looked like he didn't suffer any damage, so that's the good news, but well, I take that back. He does have a lot of damage on the front of the nose still, so hard to tell from that one. But the bad news is, again, he's got more damage where he didn't really want it. Well, what did I say earlier? That this is now a race to a fight to the fittest? I think I may need to rethink that. I think I need to change that now into, I think this is literally now turned into a kamikaze mission. I mean, I really don't know how else to put it at this point. Great drivers, hard racers, and all around folks that know how to pour on the speed and put on the fight and battle for everything they have and they've got to their name. But just horribly and unfortunately, just not a track that has taken these guys lightly. And again, it looked like it was going pretty good the first two stages. It legit did. They'll have 12 to go, I believe, coming to the line. And just more and more drivers, honestly, at this point, are just getting taken for a bit of a run, taken far out of the beyond what they can even do. Well, to say the pressure's on, I think probably at this point is honestly just not even worth even trying to describe, because at this point it's now really, truly hope, pray, and fight. Hope you don't end up on the receiving end. Pray you get a chance to get around it and fight after that for whatever you can get out of it. So here we go, race fans. Time has come. 12 laps to go. Where do we go from here? Down on the front straightaway. Coleman will settle him in. Pressure's on. The Sim 500 restart zone. Sets him out on the track. Green flag back on out. By the way, Jeff Ryan has moved up into the 4th spot, and he's not far off, actually. Or maybe taking a little swing at this. If they could just stay green. Mike Kelly and Brian B. Macklin tied off the corners. Both drivers fighting hard. 3 wide, possibly. No, not quite yet. Down that back straightaway. Scott Silmy, Cody Sturgill just trying to do what they can there. Meanwhile, Glenn Campbell right now also in that middle of the bracket, trying to fight for everything he's got. Tyler Dalton, the Reign of Terror right now, and his being kind of put in a very nasty little situation. Nothing he can do about it. Mike Kelly, though, thinks he may have something, but he needs some help. He needs that draft from Coleman, and he needs some help from Macklin. Can Mike Kelly finally put 2-2 together? He got a good draft there on Coleman. They're entering in turn 1. Now can he get it to stick? Through turn 2. Not quite as well as Coleman did. Macklin right there with him. A little bit loose off the edge there. Ritter in the wall. We'll bump it out of there. Maurice Burnett holding the 7th spot. And right now going to have a battle with Shannon Wood. Shannon Wood bumping him into 7th. He takes the 6th spot away from the 8. And the 3G machine now having to face his own little wrath, if you will. Oh no! Watch out! Again! The Reign of Terror gets taken with him! Tyler Dalton taken off of turn number 4. No caution. They remain green. Macklin smelling it like a trap. He's got to hurry. He thinks in his mind he'll fight quick with Kelly. Down through turn number 2. He couldn't get a run on him. The Reign of Terror's day is on and over with there. Maurice Burnett getting clipped up right there with him. Both drivers suffering a fate unperceivable and unexcusable in their minds. But there's not a whole lot you can do in this case, considering the Brickyard has taken many drivers today. This final bit of drafting, his final bit of push, comes to shove, is really where I feel this race, and then later half, kind of started to really wear and tear itself out a bit. Macklin, right now I got to be thinking probably just trying to hope for a little bit of a break or a little bit of a chance to get to Coleman. But to do so, he's first then got to figure out a way to get around Kelly. He just tried that, didn't quite work out in his favor. Push comes to shove, and every drive off from here. You know, I think also too, was it Dalton that said literally last week, you need all the stage points you can get, because when you get later in this, these drivers become so much more ferocious and more tough to take down a few notches. Is that truly what happened today? And what just unfortunately bit him? Was he seeing the future in his mind from last week to this week? It's hard to really say, but as a driver, you just know when you know. Kelly giving it everything he's got, and then some, just trying to line up the truck. Look at him just dance that throttle around, man. This dance through the corners. He is all out on the throttle, but he just can't get the dirty air off of Coleman. If he can get that dirty air away from him, I think honestly he has a great chance to finally get the pass he's looking for, but he just can't get him. Coleman's outclassing him in the turns. The draft is where he should be getting his speed back, but he's not getting any of it back. Got Silly right now having a little bit of a battle down there with Ryan D. Cook. The number 10 and the 7 going to go at it here. Alliant Outdoors and the 10 of the Mobile 1, number 7. Swinging him in deep, looking to make him stick. Both drivers pretty much locked up on their line. Shannon Wood, Glenn Campbell right now. Looks like they will have one more tussle as well. Wood getting a little bit of a bump back there from the trans service, number 4. Wood right now probably at this point just trying to hope for any kind of break or any kind of chance he can get. Macklin has found a way around Kelly, now looking for the elusive win to put him over on Dalton, but also to get him closer in stage points to where Dalton is, so they both may have a chance to fight for everything they got in towards the end of the season. Remember, the round of 4 will be a championship decider. It's knockout, playoffs, round by round battling, with every driver just trying to take the other down a few notches. Cook now side by side with Scott Simley as Simley tries and so desperately wants to get any kind of position he can. Top 5 up for grabs here and at stake. 6 will turn with 5 laps to go this next time on by. Simley managing to take control of that move there and get himself a little bit of a run. Jeff Ryan maneuvering his way through lap traffic there. Got himself a nice little pass on Aaron Action Jackson. Jackson at this point really is just trying to get all the positions he can and get any kind of points he can grab in this case. He has not won a single race this season. He's come so close, but really, I think honestly this has been kind of a hungover year for him. Lining back down through right now, and Ryan Dick Cook is falling a lot more than I think he was expecting. Glenn Campbell, and Shannon Wood all making their own little biddings towards that topper half, if they will. No, the way it's looking right now, too, looks like Glenn Campbell might actually be pushing the heck out of that 0-2 to get him up to Scott Simley if there's anything left they have at their disposal. I mean, Coleman right now, though, at this point, I think honestly probably has locked up this race. He's got a full half a second ahead right now. Macklin's still trying so desperately to catch him, but even if he does catch him, how will he make a pass on him? Will he get a corner off on him, or will he give him the old chrome dome? Mike Kelly, Brian V. Macklin right now, lined off on their distances, lined off on their trucks. We have got ourselves just a mere 2 laps remaining. Chad Coleman now into defensive mode. He knows what he's got to do. At this point, though, I really don't think he's got anything left to worry about. Mike Kelly, actually, look at Mike Kelly. Got a pass there on Macklin. Macklin making a mistake. Kelly taking control. Kelly, at this point, probably just hoping that Coleman somehow, some way, just makes the biggest mistake he's ever done. Mike has literally, in my opinion, done everything he can in the season. The only thing he has not been able to do is get a win. Now, I said the same thing about Chad Coleman a long, long while ago. He kept getting second places, top fives, podiums, and everything in between. The only thing that was missing was a win. He got that, but right now, I think win number 2 would be a lot more sweeter. White flag out, presented by Sim 500 Racing League. Safe to say this one pretty much boiled down to one thing. How long can you survive and how long can you run the gauntlet? Indianapolis probably will not be one the track these guys will want to remember for all the right reasons, but rather just wants to forget for all the wrong reasons. But you can't say they didn't put on a little bit of a show and put everything they had at their disposal. Final corner, it's official. Chad Coleman is going to do it again. He finally visits victory lane once more. Your race winner in Indy is Chad Coleman. Mike Kelly yet again has to settle for second. Jeff Ryan, an impressive performance, 14 up. He'll go third. Macklin, 14 up, goes fourth. Scott Simley goes fifth. 5 spots up for him. Shannon Wood, the hard charger, was 16 today. Glenn Campbell going 7th, 8th to Ryan D. Cook. Steve Ritter, 9th, 10th to Cody Sturgill. What a final performance. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the race winner in Indy. He may have not took any stage points home, but I don't think the A-Shock number 5 gives 2 hoots about that anymore. Another victory, another big, big achievement, and he's going to celebrate the only way he knows how. Chad Coleman is going to be kissing some bricks tonight. What a race and what a battle from start to finish. Here are your race results presented by Sim 500 Racing League. Coleman wins it. Kelly, second again. Jeff Ryan putting up an impressive performance despite a few little situations in the back. Macklin going fourth with a final fight. Scott Simley hanging on, taking top 5 again. Shannon Wood 6th. Glenn Campbell 7th. Duos working together. Ryan D. Cook, impressive performance throughout. We'll give him a top 10. Steve Ritter going to go in 9th. And Cody Sturgill, solid top 10 for him today. Rounds out the field. Our other finishers, or survivors if you will, compared to everyone else that just could not hang on. Oh my goodness, folks. I really don't know what to say about this one. This one was what it was, and at the same time, it was quite a show. What kind of show? Well, you are the judge of that one. I will not be. So, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come now to talk to our top 3 drivers. I am not seeing Jeff Ryan with us at the moment, so I believe Ryan is just going to give us a little graphic card here. Yep, there we go. Jeff, congratulations on your top 3 today, my friend. If you do tune in, we will try to get you at the very end there, or at least before we get to the leader winner, or possibly beforehand, before we end the show, depending on how it goes. But nevertheless, it is time to talk to this man right here. He joins me now here into the booth, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out of that truck, Mike Kelly. Yet again, sir, second place, but absolutely impressive, nevertheless, to hold on, to fight it out with Macklin, and then try to get up there to Coleman. But did you just run out of time in this case, I'm presuming? Hold on down there, folks. I think my mic might not be working right. Okay, let's try that. That working?
I got you.
All right, Mike. You probably didn't catch anything I said, so I'll just go over it again.
I did not.
So once again, another second spot, but after a huge battle there with Macklin and trying so desperately to get there to Coleman, I'll just ask you this, my friend. I mean, really, what went wrong and what the heck could it have took to get to that number 5 up there?
I don't know. I just was a little too tight on the long run, burning up my right front, which is typical for me here at Indy. It seems like no matter how hard I try, I just can't keep the right front on it here. I was also on a little bit older tires, even though I don't think we ever got a green flag lap in for quite a few laps. But a lot of those guys took tires, or Chad took 2 tires there on that last stop. I was down a set, and they all had extra sets, so I did. I should have probably took them there because we ended up going green, but I didn't take them. So he had a little bit of tire advantage. Brian had a little bit of a tire advantage on me. Um, so it was a good race, hard to pass. Guess Brian ran out of gas or had some kind of issues there at the end, but didn't have anything for Chad.
You gave it everything you had. You poured on your heart and your soul. And really, Kelly, I mean, I know I've said this numerous times, but I mean, really, at this point, the playoffs are just around the corner. How important was this race for you in this case to even just get to where you were?
Yeah, I'm in a fortunate enough situation with points that I'll really just trying to get stage points and stage point wins actually and race wins to try to get those bonus points that help you get through that first round. But just can't seem to get any wins. Running real consistent. The wins will hopefully come, but some tough guys to beat here, and I just can't seem to get in the right position to pull off the W. But we'll keep digging. I feel confident about getting into the chase and being a strong contender in the chase and making it through that first round's my focus now. And if I get a few wins along the way, that'd be great.
Keeping a cool head, keeping a very big focus on this here. I'll ask you this as always. Who do you want to thank you for the second place today, sir?
As always, thanks to you guys at PTM and the broadcast crews all throughout Sim 500 that put on good shows every week. Special thanks to Trans Service and Glenn Campbell for being on board for this series and being an associate sponsor on Monday night in the Cup Series. It's great having Trans Service on board, and they're a great supporter of GOAT and Sim 500. And everybody at Sim 500, the admins, uh, all the Sim 500 guys that we race with down there in the Discord channel, a whole group of us have a lot of fun every Tuesday nights. And of course, the Smoking Hot Wife for allowing me to do this.
Kelly, man, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations trying to get it on down to victory lane, buddy.
Thank you. Hope to talk to you again next week.
Certainly do indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Kelly, your second place finisher today. But second is only going to be for the second time in victory lane for one Chad Coleman. Chad, congratulations. Really, at this point, just surviving Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Because, I mean, that last bit in the final stage was just, I thought it was kind of a kamikaze mission to do just a survival to the finish here. You survived all of it. How does this one feel?
Yeah, it's good to get a win. The middle part of the race right there kind of got it kind of got honestly it got ridiculous right there. We couldn't make it to the back straightaway, but I mean eventually enough of those guys wrecked out and was able to get a couple laps green and really the whole race was just trying to get track position. You just wanted clean air. You got in clean air, it was going to be hard to beat you. And we kind of saw that with everybody who got out front. They had built a little bit of a gap, and that's kind of what happened there at the end. I know Macklin was fast. I think it would have been fun to run it out with him, but he don't like doing interviews, and he was afraid he wouldn't be able to get me. So he dropped on back and gave up third. But yeah, we have fun. I mean, it's still fun. So we appreciate everything Charles does and putting this deal on. It's different than what we do with Sim 500. It's got stages, less tire sets. It's something different. So that's what makes it fun, and that's the reason a lot of us guys come over here and do it. And so we have fun with it. It's good competition between a bunch of us, and and we like it. But yeah, tonight was a interesting race. I wish it would have been. Wish it would have been cleaner. We could have got a lot more green flag laps in. But you'll have that sometimes in big time sim racing.
Well, I'll ask this then, Coleman. You want to thank you for this race win today, buddy?
Just like I said, I got to thank Charles for everything he's done and everything he's doing. And races get better. Sometimes you have these. And thank Trey Edson for painting this truck. It's been a while since he painted this one. He's working on a new one for me, so we might have that sometime in the next week or two. And thank you for broadcasting. And it was a good race while we was running under green. Had a lot of fun.
For sure there, Chad, man. Congratulations bringing this one on home to victory lane yet again, sir.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Chad Coleman going to bring 2 wins this season home, and oh boy, I think these drivers are probably going to be looking at this one for a little while. Yeah, maybe not a very good light, but nevertheless, Indianapolis, you've been good to us here in the month of May. Thank you for everything. The Brickyard standing by to the very end of it all. To the core of it all, race fans, thank you so much for tuning on in. We will see you guys next time when the green flag flies on PTM Racing TV.